In this video here, I'm going to be showing you how to plot points along or on a graph, which you can then see and observe, as well as how to make functions with points that we know, or knowing points and then making functions that associate with those points. So the first thing that we might want to do is if you want to put in a point into the graph, we can just type it in with brackets the same way that we would any regular point. So let's say we want the point 2, 3. We type that in. This is the point 2, 3. Now we can sometimes use this to kind of figure out, is that point on a line? Is it in an area? So is it a part of an inequality? Is it not a part of an inequality? And we can kind of use that to figure it out. Sometimes it's really easy, sometimes it's not quite so easy. And let's say we have the line, I'm just going to quickly type in a line here, y is equal to, let's do 13 over 25, x plus 2. Okay, so right here we have this, and we're unsure if the 0.23 is on the line. We can zoom in on it right there, and we notice once we get closer, it's actually just off the line. Okay, so it's not actually a part of that. If we change this to an inequality, sorry, there we go. We notice that the point now is inside of the inequality. If we change that inequality like that, the point is now outside the inequality. So that's one thing that we can do with those points right there. Another thing that we can do with those points, and I just got rid of them there as well, or if we want a number of points, we can add a table. And so a table would just be a whole bunch of points that are a part of it. So let's say we have 1, 2, and let's say 3, 4 was also on the line. So there we go. We have those 2 points are on the line. Now, if we know what the line, or that those 2 points are on the line, but we don't know the equation for the line, it's a little bit of a challenge. And if we want to find the equation, there's a couple different ways that we could do that. We could use what we did back in grade 10 and find all the values and go through that. Or what we can use now, and we're going to look at a couple different ways of doing this, is something called a regression formula. And so I'm going to show you a regression formula. I'm just going to pull that down there. I'm going to put the regression formula up here. Now, graphic form is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, so don't worry about the sliders right now. Y is equal to mx plus b is in graphic form. M is our slope, b is our y-intercept. We could find our slope by doing rise and run. We could find our y-intercept by figuring out where this continues on, or we can let DESMOS do it for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this equation and we're going to reference this these points right here. Okay. Now these points are x1s and y1s, and so we have to put a little 1 by the x and the y. And so we're going to put a little 1 by the x and the y. Don't worry about what's in here right now. Okay, we're going to put a little 1 by the y and a 1 by the x. All you do is just go to the x and the y and type in 1. And then we're going to change this from an equal sign to a regression sign. Now the regression sign is that little twiddle mark, so it's like a little twiddle. It is right underneath your escape key. I'm just going to pull up my keyboard, and let's see if I can do this in a really nice way. Right there, okay, so it is right there on the keyboard. Okay, it might be a little tough to see. It's right beside the number 1. You have to do shift and then that button, and that gives us a little regression. What that's going to do now is it's going to ask DESMOS to say, what is the equation, or what are my m and my b values? The x and y's are kind of any point, but now it's going to say, what are my m and b values? The m value is 1, so our slope is 1, and our b value is 1. So that gives us our slope and our y-intercept in the case of this equation. Now, I'm just going to move this up or past there. If I were to type in the same one, so y equals, and now my slope was 1, so I'm going to do 1 for m, 1x plus 1. You'll notice that the blue is now right over top of the green, okay, because I have been able to type that in exactly. I'm just going to move that back down again. So m is 1 and b is 1. Let me see if I have enough time to do a second one here. No, that's going to be it. So I will do a second one in another video that you'll be able to see in another